A doctor with a six-figure salary drives a €13,000 Dacia Sandero. A tech millionaire daily drives a 2004 Honda Civic. Meanwhile, the guy drowning in debt leases an €80,000 BMW he can't afford. Something revolutionary is happening in the automotive world, and it's not what manufacturers want you to see. Smart, successful people are rejecting premium cars en masse, not because they can't afford them, but because they've figured out the scam. One comment on my last video said it perfectly. I'm a doctor with a decent salary. I drive a Dacia Sandero. It's automatic, a great daily driver, cheap and practical. This isn't about being poor. This is about being intelligent. The wealthy are choosing €13,000 Dacias while the middle class destroys itself chasing German badges. And once you see the numbers I'm about to show you, you'll understand why driving a premium car in 2025 is actually a sign of financial stupidity. The automotive class system is collapsing, and it's beautiful to watch. Everything we've been told about cars and success is backwards. The premium badges that supposedly signal achievement, they actually signal financial illiteracy. The basic cars that supposedly mean poverty, they're increasingly driven by the genuinely wealthy. My last video about the Dacia Sandero outselling everything triggered something extraordinary. Hundreds of successful professionals came forward admitting they choose basic cars. Engineers, doctors, business owners, tech executives, all confessing they deliberately avoid premium brands, not because they have to, but because they want to. The comments revealed a secret rebellion. Smart money has figured out that a €70,000 Mercedes doesn't make you rich, it keeps you poor. That a €13,000 Dacia doesn't make you unsuccessful, it makes you free. This isn't about affordability, it's about intelligence. Today, I'm exposing why the truly wealthy drive Dacias, why millionaires keep 20-year-old cars, and why the premium car industry's entire business model depends on middle-class insecurity. If you're tired of being judged for driving a sensible car while idiots in leased BMWs look down on you, smash that subscribe button right now. And check this out. YouTube just launched their new hype feature that lets you boost videos you love to more viewers. If this video resonates with you, hit that hype button because we're building a community that values intelligence over badges. Let's show the algorithm that people want truth, not automotive propaganda. Let me tell you about the comment that started this investigation. A doctor wrote, "I own a Dacia Sandero 3 and I'm a doctor with a decent salary. It's automatic, a great daily driver, cheap and practical." This wasn't someone forced into a budget car. This was a medical professional who could afford anything, choosing the cheapest new car in Europe. I started digging. Turns out this doctor isn't alone. Hospital parking lots across Europe tell a fascinating story. The consultants and senior doctors, people earning €150,000 plus, increasingly drive modest cars. Dacias, old Toyotas, basic Skodas. Meanwhile, the junior doctors drowning in student loans? They're leasing BMW 3 Series and Audi A4s. A surgeon in Munich who drives a 2008 Toyota Yaris explained it to me. My colleagues think I'm eccentric. I make €280,000 a year and drive a car worth €4,000. But that car costs me €800 annually in maintenance. My colleague with the new Mercedes GLE? He pays €1,200 monthly in leasing, plus insurance, plus maintenance. That's €18,000 a year to look successful. I invest that money instead. The mathematics are undeniable. This surgeon's embarrassing Yaris and smart investing means he'll retire at 55 as a multi-millionaire. His Mercedes colleague will work until 67 to pay for cars that depreciated to nothing. Who's really successful here? A pediatrician in Barcelona drives a Dacia Duster. She told me, "My patients' parents sometimes look surprised when they see my car. They expect doctors to have premium cars, but I didn't become a doctor to impress strangers in parking lots. The Duster does everything I need for €16,000. A comparable BMW X3 costs €55,000. That €39,000 difference? That's my daughter's university fund." The pattern is consistent across professions. Software engineers making €120,000 driving 15-year-old Hondas. Investment bankers worth millions taking the subway. Successful business owners in base model Dacias. They've all reached the same conclusion. Premium cars are a tax on insecurity. Here's what really opened my eyes. I know a tech entrepreneur who sold his company for €12 million. Guess what he drives? A 2004 Honda Accord with 380,000 kilometers. When I asked why, his answer changed my perspective forever. "This Honda costs me nothing," he said. "I know every sound it makes. I can fix most things myself. It's invisible to thieves, invisible to gold diggers, invisible to fake friends. But most importantly, it's honest. No pretense, no payments, no stress, just reliable transportation that lets me focus on what actually matters. This isn't unusual among the genuinely wealthy. Warren Buffett famously drives old cars. IKEA owner Ingvar Kamprad drove a 1993 Volvo 240 until he died. As a billionaire, these aren't cheap people. They're people who understand that cars are depreciating liabilities, not investments. A Swiss millionaire who made his fortune in medical devices still drives a 2001 Mercedes W210 E-Class. He explained, "New cars are like lighting money on fire. This Mercedes cost me €5,000 5 years ago. It's worth €5,000 today. It'll be worth €5,000 in 5 years. The depreciation has stopped. Meanwhile, it's built better than any new Mercedes. Why would I change?" The numbers support this philosophy. A new Mercedes E-Class loses €50,000 in 5 years. This millionaire's 23-year-old E-Class loses nothing. Over a decade, that's €100,000 saved. Not earned, saved from not being spent on depreciation. The genuinely wealthy understand this math. Another tech millionaire in Amsterdam daily drives a 2005 Toyota Corolla. His employees drive BMWs and Audis they can't afford. He told me, "My employees lease €50,000 cars on €60,000 salaries to impress each other. I could buy their cars with pocket change, but why would I? My Corolla has never broken down, costs nothing to run, and nobody bothers me for money because they think I'm poor." Now let's talk about who's actually buying these premium cars. Spoiler, it's not the rich. BMW's own data shows their average buyer has a household income of €75,000. That sounds comfortable until you realize they're spending €45,000 on a car. That's 60% of annual income on a depreciating asset. The truly wealthy spend less than 10% of annual income on vehicles. The middle class? They're spending between 50 and 80% trying to look wealthy. This is a trap manufacturers have set and millions have fallen into. A Frankfurt BMW dealer told me anonymously, "Our best customers aren't rich. They're middle managers desperate to look successful. They lease cars they can't afford, trade them in underwater, lease another. The genuinely wealthy clients? They buy used, pay cash, keep them forever. We make no money from smart buyers." The psychology is devastating. Middle-class buyers think premium cars will make them look successful, helping them become successful. Instead, the payments keep the middle class forever. It's automotive feudalism, working to enrich BMW shareholders while staying perpetually broke. Consider this real example. A marketing manager earning €65,000 leases a BMW X3 for €750 monthly. After insurance, fuel and maintenance, that's €1,200 monthly. €14,400 annually. A Dacia Duster would cost €300 monthly all in. That €900 monthly difference invested over a 30-year career? €1.2 million at retirement. He chose a BMW badge over becoming a millionaire. The social media effect amplifies this stupidity. People post their new Mercedes on Instagram for validation. Nobody posts their investment portfolio, so everyone sees the cars, nobody sees the wealth, and the cycle of stupidity continues. The premium car industry depends on this ignorance. The wealthy choose simple cars for reasons beyond just money saving. It's about freedom, privacy, and focus. Every successful Dacia driver mentioned the same benefits, and they're not what you expected. First, invisibility. A Rotterdam entrepreneur who drives a Dacia Sandero explained, "When I drove a Mercedes, everyone wanted something. Relatives needed loans, friends had business ideas, charities wanted donations. Now I'm invisible. The freedom is priceless." The wealthy have learned that visible success attracts parasites. Second, reliability. That doctor's comment emphasized cheap and practical. The wealthy value their time above all. A Dacia that always starts is worth more than Mercedes in the shop. A tech executive told me, "My Sandero has never stranded me. Every minute not spent dealing with car problems is a minute for family or business." Third, mental freedom. A Barcelona millionaire explained, "When you drive a €100,000 car, you worry constantly. Parking scratches, theft, vandalism, judgment. My €15,000 Dacia? I park anywhere, go anywhere, worry about nothing. The mental space this creates is worth more than any premium feature." Fourth, authentic relationships. A venture capitalist who drives a 2010 Skoda Fabia said, "My car filters people. Anyone who judges me for my car isn't worth knowing. Anyone who doesn't care is potentially valuable. It's the best relationship filter I've found." Fifth, focus on real assets. Every wealthy simple car driver invested the savings, not in appearances, but in assets, stocks, real estate, businesses, things that appreciate. One summed it up. Poor people buy liabilities thinking they're assets. Rich people buy assets and minimize their liabilities. A premium car is maximum liability disguised as success. Here's the brutal truth. Your car choice is an intelligence test, and most people are failing. The data is undeniable. High-income individuals who drive modest cars have average net worths 5 times higher than those who drive premium cars. This isn't correlation, it's causation. A financial advisor in Zurich shared anonymous client data with me. Clients earning €100,000 plus who drive cars worth less than €20,000 have average net worths of €1.8 million. Same income level driving €50,000 cars? Average net worth of €340,000. Same income? 5 times wealth difference, determined by car choice. Why? Because choosing a simple car demonstrates financial intelligence that extends to all decisions. Someone who resists automotive marketing probably also resists other consumption traps. They invest instead of spend, save instead of lease, build wealth instead of appearances. The Sandero success paradox proves this. The cheapest car in Europe is increasingly bought by successful people who could afford anything, not despite its cheapness, because of it. They recognize that spending more on transport doesn't improve their lives, just their debt. A management consultant who switched from a leased 5 Series to a purchased Sandero calculated the difference. The BMW was costing me €18,000 annually all in. The Sandero cost €3,000. That €15,000 difference compounded over my remaining 25-year career in $1.4 million, assuming 7% returns. I literally chose between a BMW badge and retiring a millionaire. The choice was obvious. Something beautiful is happening. The comments on my videos reveal a growing rebellion against premium car propaganda. People are waking up to the scam, and they're angry. One commenter wrote, "People need cheap cars, without unreliable sensors or overcomplicated mechanics, with buttons, safe and not expensive. That's all. A car is not a symbol of wealth, just a means to get from point to point." This comment got hundreds of likes because it resonates with growing consciousness. Another said, "The tech on Dacia cars is not simple, nor is it simple or cheap to resolve some problems if the tech goes wrong. Probably same number of sensors as all other cars. But here's what's interesting. Even criticism of Dacia admits they're no worse than premium brands charging 4 times more. The rebellion isn't just individual, it's cultural. Younger, successful people especially reject premium brands. A 28-year-old software developer earning €95,000 told me, "My parents' generation killed themselves for BMW leases. I watched my dad stress about car payments my whole childhood. I make more than he ever did and happily drive a Dacia. His BMW didn't make us happy. My freedom from car payments does." Social media is accelerating this shift. The Sandero outselling everything became a meme, but it's a meme with meaning. It represents David beating Goliath, intelligence beating marketing, substance beating style. Every Sandero sale is a small rebellion against automotive manipulation. The premium car industry is terrified, and they should be. Their entire business model depends on insecurity and ignorance. When doctors drive Dacias and millionaires keep old cars, what's left to sell? BMW's internal strategy documents, leaked to German media, reveal panic about declining brand aspiration among high earners. Mercedes surveys show successful individuals increasingly view premium cars as unnecessary. Audi's marketing department was restructured after failing to attract younger wealthy buyers. Their response? Desperation. BMW charging subscriptions for heated seats, Mercedes locking features behind paywalls. They're trying to extract maximum revenue from fewer, stupider customers because the smart ones have left. It's the automotive equivalent of a dying casino raising minimum bets. Milk the addicts because the casual players went home. The used market reveals the collapse. 3-year-old premium cars depreciate 60 to 70% because even second-hand buyers are figuring out the scam. Meanwhile, used Dacias hold value because demand exceeds supply. The market is speaking. Intelligence is choosing simple. A former Mercedes executive told me off record, "We know our average buyer is financially illiterate. Our marketing targets insecurity, not intelligence. The genuinely successful don't buy new Mercedes anymore. We're left with people who can't afford our cars but buy them anyway. It's unsustainable." Let me destroy every argument for buying a premium car with simple mathematics that anyone can understand. Here's the scenario. Two people, same €80,000 salary, same age at 30, retiring at 65. Person A buys a new BMW 3 Series every 5 years. Cost €45,000. After 5 years, it's worth €18,000, which means a loss of €27,000. Over a 35-year career, that's 7 cars with a total loss of €189,000, including interest, insurance, and maintenance. €350,000 lifetime car cost. Person B buys a new Dacia Sandero every 7 years. Cost €13,000. After 7 years, it's worth €5,000, which means a loss of €8,000. Over a 35-year career, that's 5 cars with a total loss of €40,000. Including everything, €75,000 lifetime car cost. The difference is staggering at €275,000. If you invest that at 7% annual return over 35 years, that's €2.8 million. Person A retires with BMW memories and debt. Person B retires a multimillionaire driving a Dacia. Who made the intelligent choice? But it's worse. Person A probably leased, paying interest on depreciation. Real cost, €450,000 plus. Person B possibly bought used Dacias, cutting costs even further. The wealth gap becomes astronomical, potentially €4 million difference from car choice alone. This isn't theoretical. These are real choices millions make daily. The doctor driving the Sandero understands these numbers. The indebted middle manager in the leased BMW doesn't. Or worse, ignores them for temporary status that impresses nobody important. This rebellion isn't just European, it's global. In America, millionaires increasingly drive pickup trucks and old Toyotas while the middle class leases Range Rovers. In Asia, the genuinely wealthy drive simple Hondas while salarymen lease German cars they can't afford. The pattern is universal. Intelligence chooses simple, insecurity chooses premium. A Japanese executive working in Frankfurt told me, in Tokyo, driving a modest car signals confidence, driving a flashy car signals insecurity. The truly successful don't need to prove anything. Only the struggling feel compelled to display false success. Even in status-obsessed cultures, the tide is turning. Dubai millionaires are buying Land Cruisers instead of Lamborghinis. Chinese tech billionaires drive Volkswagen Santanas. The global wealthy have realized that premium cars are costume jewelry. Fake wealth for fake successful people. Social media accelerated this awakening. The Dacia Sandero comment went viral because it resonated globally. Successful people everywhere are tired of automotive exploitation and ready to admit that simple cars make more sense. If you're still driving a premium car you can't afford, here's how to join the intelligent rebellion. First, calculate your true car cost. Include depreciation, interest, insurance, maintenance, and opportunity cost of invested savings. Most people have never done this calculation. When they do, they feel physically sick. Good, that's awakening. Second, separate needs from wants. You need reliable transportation. You want status symbols. One improves your life, the other destroys your wealth. Choose accordingly. Third, ignore the judgment. Your broke colleagues mocking your Sandero financing their BMWs with credit cards. Their opinion is worthless. The doctor driving a Dacia doesn't care what patients think. Neither should you. Fourth, invest the difference. Every euro not spent on premium badges should buy assets. Stocks, bonds, real estate, education, anything that actually appreciates. Make your money work instead of evaporate. Fifth, find your community. You're not alone. Millions of intelligent people choose simple cars. Find them, connect with them, learn from them. Surround yourself with people who value wealth over appearances. Sixth, teach others. Share these numbers. Explain the mathematics. Some won't listen. Let them stay poor. Others will awaken and thank you. The Great Car Rebellion isn't about money, it's about intelligence. When doctors drive Dacias and millionaires keep old Hondas, they're not being cheap, they're being smart. They've evolved beyond automotive manipulation into financial freedom. The comment that started this investigation, a doctor proudly driving a Sandero, represents something revolutionary. Successful people publicly rejecting premium brands, admitting that simple cars make more sense. It's not about saving money. It's about rejecting the entire value system that says worth equals wealth display. Every Sandero sold to someone who could afford more is a victory against manipulation. Every millionaire in an old Toyota is proof that real success doesn't need badges. Every doctor, lawyer, and executive choosing simple over premium is building wealth while others build debt. The premium car industry built an empire on insecurity. That empire is crumbling as intelligence rises. The rebellion isn't coming. It's already here. In hospital parking lots, tech campuses, and successful neighborhoods, simple cars increasingly outnumber premium ones. The intelligent have chosen sides. Your car choice is a declaration. It says whether you value appearance or substance, debt over wealth, slavery over freedom. The Dacia Sandero says, "I'm too successful to care what you think." The Millionaire's old Honda says, "I'm too wealthy to prove it." What does your car say about you? Join the rebellion. Choose intelligence over insurance. Choose wealth over badges. Choose freedom over payments. Because in 2025, the real status symbol isn't what you drive. It's what you don't need to drive to feel successful. Are you part of the intelligence rebellion or still trapped in premium slavery? Share your story below, because every confession of choosing simple over premium inspires others to break free.